We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast. The German news agency Transocean said today in a broadcast.
Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming.
So, a couple of days ago, there was a huge announcement that rocked the entire entertainment industry. It rocked all of social media. It was all over the place. It was a big announcement from Warner Brothers. Essentially, the same thing that they're doing with Wonder Woman 1984, which does come out on Christmas Day. They're applying that to all of their films in 2021. It feels like a huge moment, a groundbreaking moment, a moment that might change cinema and change the industry forever. Just to recap you guys, to fill you in on what I'm talking about, Wonder Woman 1984, it was announced just a few weeks ago that it will simultaneously debut in theaters and on HBO Max when it comes out on the 25th of December. This is a huge move because Wonder Woman is such a huge character. It's a huge blockbuster and seen as kind of like a torch-bearing moment, like passing the torch to allow other blockbusters and other big studios to do something similar to this. Never in our wildest dreams did we think that Warner Brothers would just be like, yeah, fuck it. So we're just gonna do that for all of the movies in 2021 and you will like it or you will not, but that's just the way we're gonna do it. By the way, I took the liberty of writing down all of the films that Warner Brothers has coming out next year. You've got the Suicide Squad, you've got the Matrix 4, you've got, I'm not gonna say that movie, but everyone who knows me knows what that movie is. Godzilla vs. Kong, Space Jam, A New Legacy, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Many Saints of Newark, In the Heights, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mortal Kombat, Tom and Jerry, King Richard, Little Things, Those Who Wish Me Dead, Reminisce, Malignant, and Cry Macho. Those are all the films that Warner Brothers currently has listed as coming out in 2021, and all of those films are going to debut simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max as well. There's going to be some kind of small grace period or something like that. Like I heard that in the UK, like Wonder Woman 1984 is only going to be in theaters for like a month, and then after that it's going to move to some streaming service that Warner Brothers owns over there. Simultaneously putting movies in theaters and in streaming has caused everybody to lose their minds about the state of movies going forward. Now, in fairness to the movie industry, in fairness to Warner Brothers, this is kind of a no-win, impossible situation. They're trying to salvage everything that they can from a shitty situation involving a global pandemic, and they feel like this is the best way that they can do this. We're going to be honest, streaming has been rising in prevalence for the last few years anyways. In fact, it probably was always going to head to this direction eventually. I think that COVID kind of accelerated it and made it happen a lot faster. Naturally, the rest of the internet had some interesting reactions to this whole thing. First thing I want to do is I do want to lay some concerns to rest. A lot of people are thinking this means that movie theaters are going extinct. This means that the theater model is not going to be used anymore. And this means that we're never going to get that experience again. Now, for the record, I love movie theaters. I have loved movie theaters since I was a little kid. Some of the best moments of my entire life have come within the confines of a movie theater. I love everything about it. I love the experience. I love going there, being with the people. There's nothing better than going with friends or a date to the movies and just kicking back on a big, beautiful screen with great sound and just enjoying the experience that it brings you. So I am a huge proponent of the theater experience, and I will not be abandoning the theater experience. Having said that, movie theaters have been around for over 100 years. They're not going extinct, okay? You're not going to wake up one day and all of a sudden movie theaters are going to be gone. They're possibly going to be less of them because of this. Yes, that's probable. Movie theaters are struggling financially right now. So movie theaters are bleeding money right now, and they're just waiting for a lifeline. They're just waiting for something to happen that will allow business to pick back up. That could be a vaccine, which we're close but not close to getting, and that could be having people come back. That could be financially people in a better situation. But I think Warner Brothers realized that things aren't magically going to get back to normal just because we have a vaccine next year. They realize streaming is kind of the new thing, and we need to capitalize on both. We need to give the theater experience to try to preserve that for the people who still love it. But at the same time, if you can't go to the theaters or won't go to the theaters, we need to give you another option. This also has to come with the caveat that Warner Brothers and Warner Media, whoever the fuck is running things over there, they have to figure out a way to make HBO Max an international thing. I think there was something that said that there's some Roku and Fire Stick deal that they were closing in on a few weeks ago. Regardless, you have to make HBO Max available in as many territories as possible. That means international. I'm assuming that they're working on some kind of deal to make that happen. Otherwise, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face, essentially, and you're letting the movie not reach as many people as it could reach. So I would assume the people that are complaining because, oh, HBO Max, I can't go. I'm assuming they're working on that. Theaters are not dying, people. Theaters are going to be around. There might be less of them, but the theater experience is still going to be around. It's just going to be like one of those niche things. If I'm being honest, I know a lot of people think that this is going to be a long-term thing, and to be fair, I think it could be a long-term option, but I do think that studios are still going to try to get expensive movies and put them in theaters first. Because to me, I don't know how viable it is to have like a big-ass movie that has a huge budget and you're trying to get most of your profit from streaming. I don't think that that's viable. I don't think that's going to work. I think you still need to get whatever percentage of the cut of profit that you get from theaters. I think studios are still going to need that. Me, I would assume that this is a trial run. They're going to try it next year. They're going to see if they can recoup some losses. They're going to see if the vaccine and maybe financially things can get a little bit back to normal in 2022. And I think they'll adjust as things evolve. They'll try to see if they can keep the big stuff in the theaters and maybe have more original content go to streaming. It just helps to have this as an option. It helps to have it in your back pocket. Also, people, don't sleep on what this does to the rest of the industry. This is a domino, and there are other dominoes that are about to fall. You can bet your ass Universal and Sony and even Disney were looking at this and were like, oh shit, Warner Brothers, damn, they made a move. And now everybody's looking at us because everybody expects us to make a move. And then the theaters are side-eyeing us like, don't you fucking do it, bitch. So rest assured that there is a lot of pressure being squeezed on studios and movie theaters alike. And I would assume that we're going to see some other announcements for other films from other studios in the coming months to follow. I'm still gonna go see as many of these movies in theaters as I can. Some of these movies like Godzilla vs. Kong, you have to see Kong get his ass beat on the big screen. You can't watch that on streaming. I have to see that in IMAX, all right? I need the theater to be full of shame and despair and sadness and depression for Kong. I need that in my life, and I can't get that if I'm just watching Godzilla vs. Kong on streaming. Now again, for the people that don't feel safe or can't leave their homes or whatever, watch it on streaming. Watch it by other means. I absolutely try to encourage as many people as possible to try not to pirate these movies because that hurts the overall industry and the product even more because that takes money away from these people. And these people are basically just trying to salvage and save their line of work, save their business. Dune, and I did say that I wasn't going to mention this movie until next year, but hey, blame the video, blame Warner Brothers. They made me do this. People have asked me if I still plan on watching that movie in theaters, even though it's going to be released simultaneously in streaming. And I do have an answer for those people.
Yes! You're right now, yes! Because yes, right now, yes! Mahomes is the best football player. How many times do I have to say yes? Yes! Why? Okay, in that case. Yes! 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 Okay, in that case, all I can tell you.
I think this was a necessary move given the state of the world right now. I think it's a possible long-term option that we're going to see more of, especially from other studios. People are scared. People are dying. It's a global pandemic. It's great to have movies that you don't have to leave your home to watch. This is not the end of the theater industry. Things are evolving. Things are changing, and maybe it's changing forever. I don't know, but certainly there are unprecedented and exciting times ahead, and I can't wait to watch all of it. Guys, let me know what your overall thoughts are on this Warner Brothers deal and all the movies, and let me know what movies in 2021 you plan on seeing in theaters before you see it on streaming. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.